Stand by, stand by.
He's singing.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you, baby
Who are
boy?
you?
Little Alex.
Little tiny
little
baby.
Alex.
Little
flying
baby.
through the fields of Venice, the cornfields of Venice. Flying. Is there farms in Venice?
Yeah, there's plenty of
Did you grow
sustainable.
up around some agriculture?
Yeah, I grew up on a lot of agriculture. There's plenty of sustainable farms, a lot of farm-to-table eating before it was popular. We have...
Localism.
We go
Locavore.
poppy.
Are you a locavore?
What?
Jason, you fucking rat fuck. What are you drinking? Chocolate milk? I like
yes,
this.
I'm
What's
having-
happening?
I'm having
Are you
chocolate
drinking
milk.
chocolate milk?
Yeah.
You had like a good day at school.
Actually-
you come home.
actually,
your mom gives you a
Maddie-
big glass of chocolate milk.
You would love what I did to myself over the weekend.
Oh,
Had a little,
tell me.
Had a little bit of an episode.
Oh, tell me.
I'm back on.
when you have your episodes.
I know you love
You're
this.
back.
It was.
What'd you eat? What'd you eat?
me-
6 cookies?
No.
What'd you eat? A
having-
carrot cake?
Me having an episode is like a normal day of Maddie's life. Like if I ate like you for if I dropped into your food schedule and ate what you ate, I would be episodic for me. It would be crisis mode.
Just like I wake up and eat like literally 3 tablespoons of just like white sugar.
Yeah.
Like next to my bedstand, instead of like in the middle of the night, I wake up and I don't even like. There's not a glass of water. It's literally just like a bag of sugar.
It's peanut
and I
M&Ms.
just like it's just like I wake up in the middle of the night, just jam
Trish-
some peanut butter M&Ms.
Trish has like one of those hamster water feeders that while you're sleeping just drops
Yeah.
one peanut M&M in your mouth. You're all.
Just swallow it whole. There's like a click.
Speaking of you've seen Hereditary, right?
Of course, it's my favorite movie.
Well,
That's my favorite movie.
It's my favorite movie. I watched it. Recently I went back and watched Midsummer, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch Hereditary again, because like Midsummer is like there's something really great about it, but there's something kind of off about it, but it's really good.
You know what I think about it?
Huh.
Didn't I tell you this before?
No, tell me.
I think Midsummer is a nightmare. So in nightmares, like all the weird things that happen in it, I think it's like that's the thing is like in nightmares where like you can't fight or you can't run fast or like you're doing something, you're like, why are you doing that? Why are you cutting that person's head off? Why isn't anybody caring that you're cutting but why the person just jumped off the thing and their head split in half on the rock?
So
What's happened? It's a nightmare. That movie is a nightmare.
Siskel, you're telling me that a horror movie is framed after a nightmare. This is profound. No, my problem.
How you fucking cocksucker.
What'd I do? No,
No.
go.
No, but that's what I think they were like. They just didn't say it out loud.
Okay.
They were like, we're going to make a movie and it's like a nightmare. And then everyone's like, it's so weird. And you're like, yeah, because it's like a real They made a real nightmare. Who made that movie? Who made that movie? Who's the director, Jason?
Ari Aster. But
yeah, Ari Aster's a big fan of ours. So we'll get them on.
He'll have Ari
We'll get them on.
My problem my problem with it was this. It was not that it was weird or nightmarish or anything. It was that there was a point in which the movie just went into this whole kind of like horror movie trope of like finding bodies. And there's like a body, there's like a face in the garden. And like it went through that whole thing in every horror movie where you find the 10 bodies that
Right.
But that being said, I still am so drawn to it because the whole like the artistry and the whole
the set's amazing.
The set, yeah. I'm really drawn to the woodworking. See, Jason, I hate Jason's. I hate him so much.
Why? You're like, see, this is why I can't podcast with Maddie. He's talking about the millwork on the set. I'm like, no, that movie's great. The set. Do you see the desk in scene 6?
I'm trying.
The desk is great.
What a start! What a start to one. You know what, Maddie? It's great to see you on Zoom.
It's always good to see you, Alex.
It's good to see you. You're coming in hot. Also, what I love about your hat is that it's going to get taken away in the green screen, and that makes me really happy.
yeah.
You're just going to have a big blank spot.
Just gonna have a floating
a sunset. Hey, I request right now, Jason, in this part of this thing, I just want there to be ducks flying past. I want them to fly right through Maddie's head. Can you
fly the ducks through my head.
Can you give me a
big
what do you call this?
The duck should have like big floppy dongs.
No, he can't do that. You don't understand how graphics work. He's just going to take a YouTube clip and put it behind you. He can't put dongs on the ducks. It's too much work for him. If he cared about the show, he would. But he doesn't care enough.
Jason, care about the show? Please put big dongs.
A flock of
dongs
geese
on the ducks.
Yeah.
A flock of geese with dongs.
What if he does it? I'll be impressed.
If he does it, it'll be a clip. Finally, we get a good clip out of this fucking piece of shit. So so that movie has.
You heard his feelings. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him right now. You heard his feelings.
He doesn't have any feelings.
He's gulping.
He literally is just built of cartilage. He has nothing inside of him.
There's a lot of cartilage.
He has nothing inside of him.
Cartilage and nougat.
There's nothing inside of him. But in the set, like, do you think that they found that barn or they just painted that?
No, that whole thing was. I guarantee you, the whole thing was built from the ground up.
No, that was like a thing they found in like Finland or Scandinavia.
I personally believe they created it all. They kind of made some strange hybrid of iconography and built some weird. They built some weird kind of magical narrative. It was shot in Burbank. Yeah, it was shot in Burbank. I mean, it might have been shot out wherever the fuck they were supposed to be, but I feel like they built all that shit. And I feel like they created this this mythology of a sacrificial kind of what are you nodding your head about? Am I right? They built it. Yeah. Of course they built it. You can tell they built it.
Oh, thanks, Jason.
He's just confirmed. Thank you, Jason.
Our listeners like to wonder, okay? Stop chirping in. Finally, you bring in some facts. So you're like, no, it was a set. Thanks,
He's so
Jason.
pissed. He's so pissed.
You're fucking... I want to dream. Can I dream?
You can tell it was a set.
I was like, no, they found that. They found that in an old barn in Burbank.
Yeah, they found an old place where people burned bodies, and then they also
just
found
a Ukrainian, folk art filled building.
Yeah, they found the art on the walls too. The story walls were all there. That was all normal. That was all just like it's all real. And he also he likes
that's Sponto's graffiti.
Sponto's graffiti, yeah. He also likes to put in his films. How do I say this?
How do you?
What? He likes to put disabled people.
Excuse me?
He has both of his movies have disabled people in them as like kind of semi-main characters. Well, in Hereditary, it's a main character, and in
Touched by the Angels,
Kissed by an Angel. An angel came down and kissed your baby on the head, and now they're a mutant. But the one
in Hereditary, that was just like she just was like a bit off, like she drank too much milk as a kid or something.
Yeah, but she also was like a little more than a bit off. I think I think it was a little more. Anyways,
was that? Was that a mask or is that what happens there?
I don't fucking know.
Is that an actor? I think that's an actor. I think that's an actor.
Yeah, she's an actor. Yeah. Look her up, Jason. Do some Googling on that woman.
Jason, quickly, just take a gander.
She's a 46-year-old method actor from the Salzburg Academy of Acting. She really is. She's actually a Playboy model. They had to dress her down for this part. Yeah, I mean,
she doesn't look quite that weird.
Okay, Jason, thank you. Now, so in that movie, you know what the scariest part in that movie?
Yes.
In Hereditary is?
Yes.
Is like the red glowing. You know when I talk about that tree fort thing that I found? Like that's what I think of. Like when I see that tree fort out there, and I have on my property, I have a group of spruce trees.
Yeah.
That's very similar. Yeah. And I was like, I want to build a tree, like a giant tree fort in the middle of these tall, beautiful spruce trees for my children, you know, to whatever do inside of, and their safe place. And after I saw that movie, I was like, there's no way. Cause dude, I'm like in my house going to bed, looking out the window, one last look. And all of a sudden there's just like a red glow.
Mac is just floating Satanism into the treehouse.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's getting so strong.
Yeah. I think that like, you know,
are you giving Omar the vaccine right now? What's happening?
Yeah, I'm vaccinating Omar right now. She's going to be perfect.
Can dogs get COVID?
No. I think that the thing is, you have to build the treehouse. You can't take away something because you're scared of something you saw from them. You got to give them the treehouse. They got to learn the hard way. They're rough country kids.
I know.
Like listen. These you can't raise these little fuckers to be soft because they're going to school with country kids. They don't know that their daddy's a fake farmer with a fake motorcycle who's a TV tough guy with tattoos. They got real hardworking men that pull corn out of the ground, stick it right in their own asses.
I'm literally the softest. I'm literally made out of margarine. I'm made out of margarine. Like it's not much here.
He barks loud.
I would whoop your ass. You know that.
Okay, listen. After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, it's that there's always a catch.
I don't have it.
So when I first heard that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month, I thought, what's the catch?
Mint Mobile!
But after speaking with them and using their service, it all made sense. There isn't one.
It's fine, Jackie.
Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they're the first company to sell wireless service online only. By cutting out retail stores, there's no crazy overhead costs that can get passed down to you in the form of mystery fees. Instead, Mint just passes on the sweet savings direct to you. Do you understand what's going on here? No retail stores. Online only. That's why you get the best prices. They got all the fucking towers and the satellites, but none of the goddamn stores. Mint Mobile. Direct savings to your face.
I love 5G. It's only helped everything in the entire world. Use your own phone with Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts.
All plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network.
Yeah, you know what? Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service started at just $15 a month.
If you're not 100% guaranteed, satisfied, and in love with it, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guarantee.
Mint Mobile! Mint Mobile!
Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/PTA. That's mintmobile.com/PTA. That's mintmobile.com/PTA. Get Minty.
Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month, mintmobile.com/PTA. I know that, can we just have like a 5-minute just like update on Heavy, or like I know that you're
Christ.
not like I think he put up something about being a rapper now. I just think he put up something about being a rapper.
No,
that he can rap.
No, he's right.
I listen. Skip along, but
I was in a dark place this weekend, and I opened up my Instagram for a second and saw Heavy had posted a picture of a cheeseburger. And I just want to, and I hold myself back. I want to do this all the time on Instagram. I just want to write, "You're a fucking idiot." I just want to comment that, just because I'm just like, who cares about? Why are you showing your In-N-Out cheeseburger? Who gives a fuck? He shows it once a week.
He does like a once a week In-N-Out post.
That's what I wanted to do, but I didn't do it because you can't do that.
It slaps this week. It slaps.
Yeah, it's cranking. Yeah. Why are we talking about him so much? There's people ask me why. I
love it just because it's a 5-minute. Why do we talk about it too much? Do we talk about Heavy too much, everyone?
We talk about Heavy every episode.
How's my angels out there?
Ask the angels.
Angels? Do we never talk about Heavy again? Because I feel like I'm so wrapped up in it. I love it so much, and it's just like I got a group of friends, and we're all so. I can't resist.
Heavy. Heavy's a rapper. Heavy's dropping bars. Is that what's going on now? I can't stop myself.
That's what he says. That's what he said on his Instagram, and he says that and then he put up like That's the thing. It's so good. Like it's honestly like I can't help myself either, and.
You know what we do? Heavy can come back on. Heavy can come back on if he's down to drop a hot 16, and that's it. And you know what the fucked up part is?
Dude,
Heavy comes on.
I think he put up a post about. He put up like a post like thanking Pharrell for being just like Pharrell, and then he put up a post just so happened exactly Pharrell? 2 weeks after my final shot when I'm fully back. Let's go. He's going. Whatever. Where is? Maybe it was like 2 days ago. Heavy. But he was putting up a thing. Like he showed me once. He made a song before, and he says that he's a really good rapper. And I was just like, that's what LA needs. Like you are the perfect. I love everything he's doing. I'm a big fan.
We need
the jewelry's doing well.
Yeah.
He got an Audi.
He got an Audi?
Whatever. Yeah, he got an Audi. Yeah. Dude, I don't know what the fuck.
He came into money.
Like, Obviously, he's flourished. The flourishing tour, the Las Vegas twice.
He bought an Audi?
Yeah, I don't know. Are those expensive? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good. It's a good
that's a car. That's an adult vehicle. That's like getting a Jag. Mid-level. I feel. Is that the same as like getting a Jaguar?
No.
I would like to get a Jaguar. No,
it's not.
Jaguar's better.
It's not like a Jaguar. Jaguar's like super luxury. Audi is like pre-luxury. It's like entry. You know, like you're talking like Volvo.
What would
Audi.
you if you could buy any, like, honestly, like if you could buy like any like sedan, like what would be sedan? Like your like modern, like a modern sedan, not like a classic, but like a modern sedan. Like if you were like, okay, you know, born and raised, continues doing what it's doing, the real flourish of BXR, but like, you know, what like what's your car?
I mean, I love a Cadillac. I really do.
You love a Cadillac. I know.
And
I thought it was so cool. The first time I met you and you had that black Cadillac, and I don't even know what it was, like a 2010 Cadillac or something. I don't fucking know. And I thought it was like the coolest thing I ever saw. And you and Manface had like 2 Cadillacs. I was like, these guys are just driving around LA in Cadillacs.
Yeah.
I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
This is incredible. He's sweating so much. I love this.
Yeah.
I love this. Thanks for making it.
Thanks for taking me from being very cool and just adding the sweating jab. You know, you painted a really nice picture.
Well, you used to sweat more. Now, not so much. You've turned it around. I just want to quickly, switching gears again.
You don't want me to answer my car question?
No, I'm over it. You just said Cadillac. Who cares?
Okay.
The thing that I want to get back to is your weekend. I feel like something has happened, and I just want to kind of get back to your sadness.
Well,
you're eating candies right now, so there's something just rippling through your body.
No, they're sugar-free. I'm eating sugar-free Swedish fish, so eat a dick up till you hiccup in the pickup. Stick up. Shut up, Jason.
Keep going. Keep going.
Jason goes, it's still candy, actually. Let me just tell you something about Jason. Jason pulls me aside, okay? Because, you know, this is my fucking house.
What about his DMs?
That's what I'm going to get to. Jason pulls me aside. And this is a perfect example of what you were talking about, Jason, which is just like, Jason is like, I think Jason lives in a parallel dimension. And I think he enters our world. Yes. He enters our world to do this show. And when he says he lives in like South Central. I think he lives in Quadrant 4XB. He goes into his wormhole and he continues building, you know, multiplexes in the parallel universe with his mind or whatever the fuck. Because on some planet he's a genius, but not on this one. Okay. Now here's the thing.
It's a bit off. It's like Coneheads. He's like Coneheads or something, you know?
Yeah. Jason, you know, I'm in the kitchen and I'm making a meal before we go on. And because I get my only time to make a meal today is right before the podcast.
You do your routine. I know.
Hold the fucking door. I had to make this meal because the food will spoil. If I don't make the meal today, it doesn't get made till like 6. I got to do a bunch of shit. Okay. So
I know you're busy.
Okay, shut up. Okay, just shut it. Probably just work with me here. It's me and you versus Jason right now. You're on my side.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck Jason, you fucking loser.
Bam.
Okay, sorry, Two-Tone. Two-Tone was trying to make a goddamn meal and you fucking ask him a question? Two-Tone, what was that question you asked him? What did he ask you? Don't turn your fucking screen on, you piece of shit. Look at that. He flicks it on. He flicks it on with his toe. His broke ass 6-inch toe.
These 3 people should never be in the same room together. This shouldn't be happening.
Dude, he's an alien. He's half like, it's like he's straight. Look at his face.
You ever seen the Alien
his
movie?
balls look the exact same as his face.
Have you seen the Arrival?
You know that? Like his balls.
I don't want to.
His balls are 2 of his faces.
No. He does have a very old English witch face, or like a duke, or like a valiant prince.
If he was in Salem, yes,
dude, he's in Shrek.
Like
he's
a
one
tall
of the guys from
prancing,
Shrek.
And yes,
who is he in Shrek?
Does.
He's the guy in Shrek. The fucking.
But he's skinny. He's like the alternate. He's got the chin.
But
he's too skinny.
He's not the guy's skinny.
Alternate Shrek evil guy.
No, the Lord Duke Farquhar. What's the fuck?
Yeah, Duke Farquhar.
Either way. He'll pull that up and match it and prove himself.
Yeah.
So anyways,
he'll really do something in the edit with that one.
Yeah, making some lunch. I miss you, Maddie. I miss the face. I could use some of your good old abuse
I'm coming
right now.
back. I'm back there in fucking 4 weeks. Come on.
So he pulls up in the kitchen. He goes, "Listen, I want to talk to you because I didn't read this DM you guys had going on.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
I like when he DMs from the account to the account.
Yeah, and it's in the DM, and he comes in. He goes, "I just want to talk to you about the show." And I go, "Okay, cool." And he's like, I think that you should think about, we need to talk more about you and your life. I go, "Okay, that sounds great." And every time we try to, you guys cut off, and I go, "Yeah, I try to divert away from talking about myself, but I'm down to talk. Whatever, we can talk about myself, sure." And and then hey, shut up, Jason. So he's good. He's keeping track. So then he goes, "Listen, and we should talk more about you." And he goes, "At the same time, I think that we need to find a way for you to let Maddie express what he's passionate about, and we need to let Maddie take the reins." And I go, "Well, what are you saying?" I'm like, "What do you mean take the reins?" He's like, "Maddie needs to, I think Maddie needs to really, let him steer." And I'm like, "Let him steer. He's like a wild drunken baby. Like if he steers, we're gonna be spinning around in circles, vomiting on each other." And then I go, "What are you really trying to say?" I'm like, "Tell me what you really want to say without being tactful." He goes, "I'm the least tactful person you know." And this is the guy that instead of telling me to clean my house, told me I should buy a Roomba. Instead of, he goes, "You ever seen a Roomba?"
He's playing fucking 3D chess.
He's playing 3D chess. Yeah, I'm like, and I sat there, and I'm also like,
he just walks in. He's like, "You should paint your walls. You should paint your walls like peach."
Yeah,
maybe.
And I'm fielding a call. I'm cooking food.
Suggestions.
And I'm talking to him, and I'm just like, and I keep saying, "I'm like, what the fuck are you saying to me?" And I was like,
something.
He's saying something. I go, "Do you want me to just stop talking? Am I talking over him?" I'm like, "Tell me something I can understand." He goes, he kept speaking in these very kind of amorphous, just bizarre riddles. And I said, "Jason, I don't understand you, and I don't think you understand us." He's like a Greek man who just came here and is trying to study hip hop, right? He's just like, I don't know. I love Jason.
It's also true because the thing too is I know that I want to as a child in Venice. What do you Two-Tone? Two-Tone literally grew up in a feral Venice household. He worked at a sub shop. He worked at. I'm gonna recap here. I'll just recap Two-Tone real quick. So he was born. Beautiful mother, beautiful father. They had Two-Tone. They both broke up because he ruined their marriage. And then he worked as a plumber. And then he
plumber's
worked at
assistant.
Bay City Subs.
Plumber's
and then
assistant,
he was
construction
plumber's
assistant.
Construction assistant.
Yeah.
And
basically
and
a
then,
laborer,
and then
day laborer.
He was a raver. And then he got into the world. Somehow he got into the world's biggest graffiti crew.
Before I was
worked
a raver.
his way to the top.
Yep.
Started working in retail.
Yeah, I worked at Eddie Bauer in the mall. Yep.
Then started working in the mall. And
Yep.
then probably got a chain at Slauson at some point.
Absolutely.
And then never left the game. And then started Born XR. Born and raised.
Born XR was huge. Yep.
Born X and raised. And now he's just incredibly successful in everything he does. He's spiritually sound. He's given up every kind of he has zero character defects. And he's like, he's got his routines now he just mostly works on his routines. He wakes up, he meditates, he drinks water, he eats 3 chickens, he goes on a walk, and then he goes on a hike after the walk. Then he comes down and he drinks a purple paste out of a giant milk container. And then he does the podcast. He puts earwax remover into his half-dead dog. And he's fully vaccinated. So now fucking Steve Bannon is living rent-free inside of his veins.
Speaking of that, did you
want to get into it? You want to
get
watch
into
it? Q?
Did you watch it? Did you watch the whole thing?
I didn't finish. I got the last episode.
Okay.
So,
well,
and I saw some residual stuff on the internet today. But what a great documentary to begin with. And the human race doesn't deserve the planet. We just need to shut it down.
Yeah.
You know, it's a wrap, because it's just like the majority of the people hate people for no reason. You know, like free speech is hate speech, and hate speech is hate. Like it's just like it's caca poo poo.
Can we talk about Ron? The son is Ron okay, Fred.
No, Ron's the dad.
We can only unpack one person at a time here, okay?
Okay.
I would like
the little
to start.
guy with the glass bones.
I don't want to talk.
The little guy
I don't
with the
want to
glass
talk about
bones.
Unbreakable. I want to Mr. Glass. I don't want to talk about him.
Mr. Glass.
Let's not talk about him. I want to talk about the son for a minute, okay? The son's name is.
Loves a soapy
Rudd
lather.
Soapland. Okay, here's the thing. The son is half half Japanese. No. What do you?
His father's
I'm
like
talking
an
about the Q
expat, military
documentary.
expat.
The Q documentary on
he's
HBO.
like half-
That's what I thought.
Have you watched it, Jason?
I watched the first episode.
Okay, what's the son's name?
Okay,
It's Ron Watkins.
Ron is the son.
Ron is the dad.
Ron is the dad.
This is the best recap of this documentary.
He's going to cut this down.
Documentary's so hot right now, and me and you are killing it on this.
Killing it.
So
I just need the son's name. That's all I need. Well, anyways, so the son, okay. Here's the scariest thing is that the way that these people interact with each other, the way that they communicate is like, we're talking like, listen, I'm a fucking nerdy. I consider myself pretty nerdy, like when it comes down to it, like compared to like people I grew up with, like I'm not, but I know a few people who are actual nerds, like who are actual like genetically nerdy, like just thinking like they're so advanced, they're so smart that they're autistic. They're so smart that they can't interact with people in a way that makes sense. And I feel like some of these guys, I don't know if they're that smart, but they definitely have the autism, and the way that they interact with each other is like they're all playing this like weird RPG like role player like first person shooter game with each other, and they're interacting with each other, and they never touch each other, but they're constantly doing things to each other in this really passive aggressive manner. And like you can see that like when the guy in the wheelchair is like suing the other guy, and the other guy comes to court, he's like, hey, like, what's up? And the guy ignores him, and he feels snubbed. I'm like, if I'm suing you and you like, I'm trying to take away your livelihood, and you come to court, and I'm like, hey,
so
Maddie.
delusional. They're like, hey, we're buddies. That's what he's like. But the thing is like these people are the greatest. Like the whole thing is they're like, there's no such like what makes a bad movie? Bad actors.
Yeah.
Like the whole documentary, the way that they're like using the documentary for all their own agendas.
Yeah.
Where the guy's just like breaking it all. He's like, they don't really realize, like they think they're painting this picture of themselves.
Yes.
And this guy's just like, that's the thing is like all of them is like when he brings the mochi hammer up the fucking mountain.
That's what the fuck. That guy. He's punching the post. This is the worst part about that guy is that he's one of those infuriating nerds that will actually probably sock you in the face, like defensively, in a very uncool manner, in a very uncool karate-like way.
He would smoke you. You would make a joke, and he would pop you so hard. He would bust you with because they don't even think like he would jab you so hard because he has no control. He just jabs. He just and he jabs you in the face, and you got a split lip, and you're just like.
Infuriated.
I said like I said like anime's whack or something. He just like fries and he just like nails you.
He buys a sex robot. He buys.
Dude, he jizzes. Do you know what those rooms smell like where those people are? You know those rooms literally smell like vinegar, cum, fucking like hot cum, vinegar, like soda, just like fucking sodas in there. Like they don't drink water. So all their pee's
they don't
goopy.
drink water.
Their pee is the same texture as cum. And they're just disgusting. It's like, and it's just like they're all
listen,
like don't
go too crazy on them, okay? Because you live in the internet, all right? And
okay,
just
they're
be careful.
free speech. They're great.
Free speech. But listen,
they're great people, really nice people.
These
really
guys,
good. I love an 8chan. Love an 8chan. We should try to get him on we should get the Mr. Glass on the pod.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd do it.
I bet I could reach out.
You could reach out. He's probably a fan of yours.
Do you think he's happy with the documentary? This is a good recap of this documentary, though. Anybody that's listening is just being like, you guys are dumber than them. we're like, they
Well,
aren't
obviously.
dumb. First of all,
I never said they were
those guys
dumb.
are controlling
I never-
America.
They're controlling the world right now. I never said they were dumb. I just said that the way that they interact.
How are they controlling the world? Isn't that the best thing? Isn't it the best? Like, you got to just be like, hey, you did it. You figured out how to run the world. You
They started
weirdo.
as like they
it's like all
is-
you had to do. All,
Yeah, but if you look at the
but
connection,
all they had to do. Yeah, what's the connective?
if
We're lagging right now. This is incredible.
If you look at-
say something and then I say something and then it's just like,
if you look at the connection, they built this thing probably as like as a way to get people on their message boards, and then their site is used as fodder for white supremacists when they go on shootings, and their site got shut down. But also they also got their thing Q. They got involved with government military people who started feeding them information. Like, it gets so fucking weird what happens, and it's because like we're in the age where
dude, it's incredible.
right. It's like when corporations realize that they sometimes had to cater to a 17-year-old influencer to get it. Like, when they realized that happened, that's when the world like started crumbling, because now the government has to cater to a guy that owns a message board in order to have an imaginary person who's leading a bunch of to storm the fucking Capitol. Like, it's so crazy where things have how things have evolved, right? Like, it is. It's scary.
Well, I think that's the thing is like the thing that's the scariest. The thing that's the scariest is like the QAnon people are like, don't let like the government control you, where they're just like, and then all of a sudden there's like somebody telling this fool to just be like, hey, the world's yours. And
Yeah.
it's just like they've let like they're just like the key to actually chaos is just letting people think that they're free.
Right.
You know, and
Yeah.
I think it's just like seeing like them be able to sit like the Q YouTubers and like all these the different, like, it's the best. They're at like Capitol Hill with like there's like 12 of them.
Yeah.
And it's just like all incredible, and it's just like they get so much power from that, and then they go back online, and it's all perception is reality stuff. And it's just like but the chaos and the fear and what they're able to do is like the government just like was just like, hey everybody, like, you guys are cool, you guys are good to go. Like, just rock it, Q. Like, they just dropped like some fool just being like, is mustard yellow? Don't let them tell you it's yellow.
Yeah.
Mustard may be red.
Yeah.
Is ketchup red? Think about it.
Yeah.
And they're like, murder, death, kill. Murder, death, kill. And they're like, it's just like, it's crazy what they did. Like,
Well,
the
it almost
linchpin was
worked.
nothing. The linchpin was like a chicken bone. And they're just like, America's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
We're-
rev it up.
We're just not. Listen, we're not built to handle this kind of
That's what the humans,
information
we
and
don't
influence.
deserve the planet. Mother Earth.
Gaia, man, Gaia
Mother
will save us.
Earth.
You know what I mean? Gaia. Let's go back. Listen, Bob Marley was right. We should just smoke weed and no woman, no cry. Listen, let's go back to the ministry of Bob Marley. No woman, no cry. Smoke weed every day, and praise Jah. So no women.
Let's go.
Weed and God. That's a perfect society, right? He said it all, laid it out for us. That means no technology, right? No internet. We just smoke weed and hang out with dudes and
And then
praise the Lord.
podcast, though. We podcast and we get ad sales.
We
though.
podcast. Yeah, we podcast to get ad sales because
And
how
we
are we
get
going to
ad
survive?
sales.
Yeah. But that should be our new
Yeah.
platform. We need to be fully about ganja, no more internet, except for ad sales.
Should we
need
start
to make
smoking
money.
weed?
Yeah, let's start smoking. Let's just make a
Let's
concerted.
do a live, just a live smoking. A live smoking and just see me just buzz right out.
just a nation to nation spliff off. Just fucking, let's just.
Oh my God. Just like a gas mask. I want a full gas mask
Yeah.
with like a vacuum.
Yeah.
Did you see the guys with the water bottles?
Yeah.
They got the vacuum connected and then
Yeah.
just like, just like fills their entire fucking heads with smoke.
You ever
It's
seen
incredible.
when they put a bunch of weed on the end of a leaf blower?
Yes.
And they just hose a crowd with just like,
Yeah.
just like, it's kind of like my teenage dream. Like, I used to sit around and think of like, God, I wonder if there's a way you could make a fucking make a thing that blew weed into people's faces. I used to dream about shit like that.
Dude.
Now it's reality. Now you can do it.
We used to
You can
make
do
like
anything.
bong, like that's all we used to do. We'd go to Home Depot and like just get like PVC pipe and like be like, I just made a 20-foot bong.
Yeah, I just
And
made
you're
it.
just like you put it up to like your whole face.
Yeah.
And it's just like your buddy's at it, and then your buddy takes it and like hits it, so it like smashes you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just made a bong that's a church organ that plays like Phantom of the Opera, and you just, have you seen the? Oh, they also use that thing they use to blow up those little pumps, those little fucking electric things they use to blow up air mattress. Put some weed in the end of that thing, boom. You're just, we've just fully weaponized weed, and it's not even fully federal yet. I mean, what's going to happen? You're just going to drive through. You're going to do a drive-through weed stop, and they just blow a bong load in your face, take off, drive into traffic.
Goshi, thanks again for supporting Powerful Truth Angels. We love you so much.
Goshi!
I hate all that loose skin on my fucking disgusting body.
Yeah.
And guess what? Scrub it the fuck off.
Yeah.
Goshi, you're my favorite. Without you, I wouldn't be clean. You are the only thing that makes me clean in this world. Thank you.
Wonderful read. I mean, I got to tell you, Goshi is a product that sponsors this podcast, and it's a product that's near and dear to my heart, and it's a product that I use. I get in the shower. I've had a long, hard day. As Maddie will describe, I'm drinking juice. I'm meditating. I'm doing all these things. And I got to tell you that doing all this stuff is not always easy. It's a struggle, right? And sometimes the only sanctuary I have in my long, tumultuous hardship of a day is getting in the fucking shower and getting rid of some of the dead, disgusting, dry, cellular exfolitis, psoriasis, breath, cellulitis, detritus, amoeba. And that's with this thing, which is the exfoliating Goshi towel. And then, do you want to feel the softest, cleanest you've ever felt in your entire life? I mean, I'm talking like brand new baby, adrenochrome clean, like a fucking rebirth, okay? You want to step out of your shower feeling like a new human. Soft and polished.
And soft and polished. And the Goshi exfoliating shower towel is quoted at Vogue is a transformative experience. Goshi levels up your showering routine by achieving the final form of hygienic cleanliness. Two-tone.
Exfoliating is essential. It clears away dead skin, reduces and removes any unsightly bacony, Jason, and in some instances helps with keratosis or other common skin problems.
Goshi is crafted in the finest textile mills of Japan in the region where fabrics have been produced for over 1,400 years. The Goshi exfoliating shower towel is woven with subtly contrasting fibers that are both scrub your skin clear and wash your body clean in those hard to reach places. And as a big dog, let me tell you, some of the crevasses down on the undercarriage need a good waxing.
Read between
good scrubby dubby.
Read between the lines on this hard to reach spacious thing. You know what Maddie's
Look
doing?
At that.
This is going back and forth under the gooch, where most of the dry skin does gather. And then when he fucking gets this thing, there's nothing satisfying than getting this thing and washing off all the fucking horrible, gross pink flesh that he scrubbed off himself. And
it looks like a chocolate bar fell on it.
Yeah.
Melted under a heat lamp.
Okay. You just add soap and water. It's really simple. You lather vigorously and you scrub away. And, you got to try Goshi. It's so soft, so clean. Your feelings afterwards, post-Goshi, pre-Goshi, disgusting, post-Goshi, beautiful, soft, like a brand new baby. Speaking of, let's just flash a picture real fucking quick. This is how you're going to feel. Jason, I want you to pay attention. You're going to feel like this picture right now. Put in that picture of Maddie's baby. Have you seen this thing? That picture of your baby, that picture you sent me of your baby, it's like a close-up of your new baby, and it is the craziest thing The skin, no. It's
like Alien.
The baby is like...
Which one?
It's like a CGI... It's a CGI baby.
Is it the one where the sun's on it and it's just like glowing?
On it. You still haven't. Is it because you haven't gendered the baby yet? Is that what's going on? You're still calling her it.
Whatever Ozzy wants to be. That's why I named it Ozzy Dorothea.
Ozzy. Okay. This picture of Ozzy is how you're gonna feel when you get out of the fucking shower after you use Goshi. But before, you're not gonna feel that. You're gonna feel like, let me find this picture because okay. This
you literally just hit info and look in this. Yeah, look at that.
This is how you're gonna feel. Put this picture up. This is the craziest. This is a cyborg computer creation of a baby. This is the most.
No, that's what the big dog does.
That baby is something else, man.
Look at it. Look at that.
Put this. Hey, listen. I know you're all about work, and put this baby to work. Get this fucking get this shit. Guys, that's another 1.2
All
a
my
year.
my children are gorgeous.
They
It's
are
crazy.
gorgeous. You make gorgeous kids, and that's how you
Okay, so that's what
fucking baby.
follow the link goshi.jp/PTA for 10% off your entire order. That's goshi.jp/PTA for 10% off your entire order. Goshi.jp/PTA. Thank you, Goshi, so much. We love you. Scrub a dub, motherfuckers.
Try Goshi, the softest and cleanest. Try Goshi, the softest and cleanest you'll ever feel. Thank you, Goshi. We love you.
We should get some weed.
I like that. I got you. What are we? We're like 40 minutes in, and you just hit the wall. I can see what happens. You were fucking on a hot one, and then now you just you go, oh, we should get some weed.
We should get some weed, eh?
This is now a
We should
weed
get some
pod.
fucking weed.
Yeah. It's a weed pod.
This is a weed pod brought to you by Weed Man Matheson and Wolfman Two Tone. We're gonna smoke weed soon on this podcast and just live stream to fragile-minded men just unravel of insecurities and just complete dysphoria.
Let me tell you, I'll tell you what would happen. The first week of me smoking weed would be amazing. You would have the pleasure of a friend that you've never met before, a man that is made of just pure fun. Everything goes.
You're just you smoke a joint, you pop lock it.
I'm just like
the whole time.
I'm like, baby, I'm home. I'm fucking home. Here I am. I'm home, and I'm just cruising. Every call's like, what the fuck? There's no stress. Everything's great. That's week one. Week two, the edges start to fray a little bit. I start thinking about other substances. What else can we add to this cocktail to make it even better? How do I keep the party going? And then you fast forward to a couple weeks down the road, and it's just fucking chaos.
You're just underneath the bed with the crack pipe. Me and you are naked. We're just covered in scabs.
It's just somehow covered in scabs. Just humans
We're just scratching each other.
Yeah,
looking for
scratching each
things.
other, itching. There's just beetles
I have
everywhere.
one eyebrow.
Yeah.
I have one. Dude, oh my God. I saw. I don't know how. I saw. You know how people like do the thing where like, hey, what's up, man? And you say, hey, what's up, man? And like they pull the mask down, kind of to just be like, hey, it's me. And then it's always that. Whenever somebody does that, you're always like, oh, it's still the guy that I don't know the name.
Yes.
You're like, what's up, dog?
Yeah.
What's up, dog?
Yeah.
Dude. I saw a dude that works at a grocery store by me. I haven't seen this guy since high school. There's no way that he listens. But he did that.
Yeah.
He did that thing. And let me tell you, the years have not been kind. And it was just like, I was just like, oh, hey. And I remembered, I said I won't say his name, but I was just like, oh, hey, dude. Like, I literally was just like, how's it been, man? Like, I totally, like, I'm like in the grocery store just being like he had no eyebrows, like no teeth, just like fully like in the gray. And I was just like, I have not seen this dude. This guy was a normal guy. Like, like when I like after I and he's like, turn it around. I get, I got,
it's like the
got
picture,
another job coming up.
The picture of that Afghani girl on Time magazine. You ever see that thing where it's like they show her one year and she's like this most beautiful like 13-year-old girl with like beautiful green eyes, and they show her like a year later she's literally like a skull. She's just like torn, just like like gnarled.
This has been 20 years since I've seen this dude.
Yeah.
But it still was just like, I was just like, bruh. And it was just like such a, shout out to him, but I'm glad he's turning it around. But I was just like, the mask thing of like, he took it down. And I was just like, huh,
yeah.
how you been?
Terrifying.
How you, like, I was just kind of like, because it happened the other day too. I was at a coffee shop and this dude, it's like people you meet like once. And like, hey, what's up, Maddie?
Yeah.
And he's just like, hey, and you're like, yeah, what's up? I met you with 4 other people that I didn't really know, and the person that I didn't really know introduced the other 3 people that I actually don't know, and I was like, it was just like a funny thing. But when he pulled his mask, I was just like, oh my God, it was like something out of like just a graphic novel. All of a sudden, I was like, am I gonna have to fight this person to death?
Yeah.
Or was this like, did I do something to this? I was just like, what's happening here?
Definitely.
But I love the pull down recognition.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like, hey. And you're like, oh, what's good? You know, you're
Yeah.
always like, what's good?
Hey.
Anyway,
Good to see you.
hey.
Yeah. Well,
Great to see
I
you.
think
Did
that
we
I'm,
meet once? Did we meet once 3 years ago?
I think
we
that
followed
I,
each other for some reason. Oh my god!
I think that I have a very low threshold for. I think my memory, my hard drive is just like constantly overwriting itself because I'll forget people that are literally like that I've known for a decade. I'll just literally be like, fucking mom, what? What's my brother's? Okay, like I literally. You know, and I don't know what that is. It's probably not anything good, but I definitely will. So, like people that are like peripheral characters in the world that I'm in, it's sometimes I'm just fucked. I'm just like, and I don't want to ask because I feel so embarrassed. And you just
I
have
don't
to
remember anybody's name.
No,
I don't
you gotta
remember
bluff it.
anybody's
You gotta
name, and
bluff it.
I don't think you need to anymore. I think the remembering of the names is long gone. There's nothing there for. And you need to know some people's names. The person you met 3 years ago once,
Yeah.
and then you meet them again, and because of social media, you feel connected somehow. It's
Yeah.
like nah. I know the worst thing is I call everybody by their Instagram names.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's like the best where I'm just like,
You're like, hi, Tutti Frutti 48.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Hi,
Because
biscuits and honey. What's up? Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But I think it's it's just a telling of the age.
Telling
It's a
of the
telling
age.
of the
Yeah.
age.
That old chestnut. Telling of the age. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jason. I should really let off the gas on this show and let Maddie drive. Really
No,
fucking good.
you know-
Good fucking advice. This fucking guy, dude. I
I don't know how to use adjectives. I don't know how to use descriptions.
Maddie is, human beings use 4% of their brain. Well, Maddie gives us 1/8% of his actual attention on this show. So like, if I don't inject, he'll just talk over me with non sequiturs and say the same thing 40 times in a row. So I got to jump in once in a while and drop another word in his face that he can latch onto. So again, you know what I said about Jason? I go, Jason, how about you come up with some fucking contemporary topics for the show and not intellectualize the actual aesthetics of how we interact because it doesn't matter. It's complete chaos. How about give us some subjects? Dolphins, sugar-free Swedish fish. Is the sky purple? What kind of car do you like? That was a great one. And Maddie's flannel. But the Babylon hardware t-shirt drop. Sure, stuff like that. Born and raised, you
Shout
ever
out
heard of it?
to Lee Garrett. Congratulations.
Congratulations on the new shop.
Got a tape measure. How long's your dick?
It's about that long. Soft. Yeah.
I think it'd be a bummer. Imagine having like a that's a foot. A foot long soft penis?
Yeah. It's fun.
Would you rather have a foot long soft penis or a 6-inch hard penis?
Wait. Oh, you mean it never gets hard?
Yeah.
So you have a foot long staying soft or you have a 6-inch hard on? Now,
These are the tough questions.
can you orgasm with your soft one?
Of course. You just have to pull it a lot.
Oh,
Really pull it.
I mean, I feel like, at the end of the day, you're going to really do everyone's head in with just having a limp cock the whole time. And also like inserting it, it needs to go in somewhere. Dicks need to go enter a place. And it's hard to enter into places soft. You need to have so I guess I'd take the 6 inches hard over the foot long soft.
Every day.
Okay, sorry. I
Every
didn't know
day.
it was that obvious of a question. I mean, because everyone wants to have
You
that.
still got a soft ween. You don't
Everybody
walk
wants
with a
that-
soft ween.
Everybody wants that locker room meat to show off to the guys. Just so other guys will respect
Yeah,
you.
I'd rather I'm like a mouse's earlobe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you take the hard humble cock instead of the braggy limp one.
That's all you need. Just dig to the sides.
Dig through the sides. That's all you. Great sex advice with the ruler.
Don't
Well, who
try to
gave
hit
him
the
a
back. You never.
ruler? Take the ruler away from him, please. Somebody, Lisa, come in here.
Jackie.
Jackie,
Two-Tone
did
says
you
take this away from me?
did you see the whole April Fool's thing about the Spectrum jail? You see that whole gig? They did this thing where you could go to.
No.
You can pull it up, Jason. You can go to a jail. You can go to a cancellation jail, and if you check yourself in, you pay a price. You go to jail. This is like a gag, right?
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's what?
Brad Trammell's the guy who came up
Oh, that makes sense. So it was Brad
And there's a
Trammell.
cancellation jail.
Yeah, it was like it was like a gag, right? It was like an art piece gag, whatever the fuck. But the reality is, it's it's not so. I'm not surprised by anything these days. And I actually was like looking at it and being like, this is obviously a prank, but maybe it's real. Maybe this is happening because we're all so far. We're so close to the whole social currency thing. Like, that's going to be a thing pretty soon where you can like have a social score. Like, which is based on like what China does, where like if you jaywalk or if you yell at people, your social score goes down. If you're generally chirpy and happy, your social score goes up. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, it's all black market. Or what is it, black market? Or what's
yeah,
that
it's
TV show?
black. It's black market. Yeah, it's all black market. Black Mirror. Jason wants to tell you. But the whole idea was that there's a jail you could check into, and
I'm listening, you fuck.
it's a jail.
Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me,
Okay, I
T-Tone.
won't give up on you. There's a jail that you could check into to correct your cancellation. It's a cancellation jail. So you get canceled and you put yourself in jail, and the public decides how long you stay in the jail for to get uncanceled. So it's really for rich people, So like a person like you gets canceled because of your podcast, and you go, okay, I'm Maddie Matheson. I'm going to go to jail for 3 months. And you pay $86,000 a month, and you go to jail, and then you get set free. You've been absolved of all your sins, which... There's people that have been canceled that could have used that, to be honest. And
There really are.
oh fuck.
There really are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you betcha. You betcha. Why do I try? I just don't even.
No, I think that's really interesting.
I think that there's 3 shows here. One is the one in Jason's mind. There's one in my mind. There's 4 shows. There's one that's happening. There's one show
There's
that
one
happens.
that everyone is seeing. There's one that's everyone's seeing.
Yeah, that's the first one, the show that everyone sees. And there's a show in Maddie's head, which we're not even on. It's just him. Like, I'm barely exist as a person. Jason's definitely a non-person. Then there's a show in my mind, which is like I'm trying to like create this like idea of a show with a narrative and a yes and kind of premise where like we build each other up. We talk about a thing and we go, yes, I like burritos, and you go, yes, I like burritos with cheese, and I go, yes, I like burritos. And then there's Jason's show, which is just some totally fucking bizarre I don't even know, like
He's just trying to steal our DNA somehow.
yeah, he's trying to steal our DNA. At the end of the day, we'll end up missing some organs. And then
so what you're trying to say is I need to on the cancellation jail.
no. That's
I should go in it.
No, let's go. It's so
You
far
want to
gone.
go in it?
It's so far
You
gone.
want to cancel me?
No, I don't want to cancel.
What
you.
happened? It's not so far gone. It's 35 seconds ago. It's still so much here in the realm.
It's left my mind.
No.
Don't what?
I do watch the show.
Jason. Jason says I do watch the show. I
What
watch
show
the
do
show.
you watch?
Jason.
The only show that I want to watch.
What's that?
I don't watch anything. I watched that documentary and I didn't know what it was, and my friends were watching it where I stay at Marika's house, and I was just like, what is this? Because I was like watching it and I was just like, this looks cool. And the craziest thing too is that I never actually knew what QAnon was
Oh, really?
this whole time. But that is a perfect example as well of people that just read headlines don't really understand the story, right? They just hear headlines and they're like, oh yeah, crazy, whatever. And then they read headlines are literally nothingness. It's the same as like you watch a clip of the podcast and then you come for the meat and the bones, or it's just like the thing about it. I didn't realize I thought QAnon legitimately was like a religion, like a new religion where everyone was QAnon.
Kind of.
And it was just like, it kind of is.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I didn't really realize, I don't think a lot of people really realized what it was. And a lot of people were just grasping on to whatever. It's still so confusing to me.
Well,
Like, is it just like,
the thing too is that QAnon has also been intermingled with super far right message board people, and it's also super connected to Trump, who's also kind of intermingled in that world. And but the thing is, it looks like it's been run by a half Asian person, which would probably freak out most of the QAnon people because they don't like Asian people. I don't believe. Or
what do you think the QAnon people are doing watching that documentary? Like, what do you?
Oh, they
like,
think
what do you think the responses are?
Their response is
that's not even a real documentary.
No, it's completely fat. They're not. Listen, they don't. You can't take. It's like taking away the entire fat. Like it's like telling a kid at 6 years old that Santa Claus isn't real after 6 years of Santa Claus coming by and giving them shit. Like there's no way they're gonna back off. Like you could sit them down and open their eyes like Clockwork Orange style and make them watch that documentary, and there's no way they're gonna give up on it because they've put like you seen the clip of that woman screaming, "Donald Trump, save us!" Like it's like screaming about like Donald Trump. The best part about it. This is the best part about the whole thing. Is that Donald Trump doesn't give a fuck about any of those fucking people. He's just
anybody.
He's such a good salesman. No, he's such a good salesman.
He only had children so he could
Okay, that's inflammatory and insane. You can't say that. But
okay, never mind. I didn't say that.
You didn't say that. But I'm trying to be somewhat objective and not
wrong, but I didn't say that.
You're not wrong, but you didn't say that. No, you could never convince them as anything other than Q being like this, but obviously Q is probably a few people, and it's the father and the son, but more the son, and the guy in the documentary kind of connects all the dots. For 1 minute they're like it's Bannon for one episode, but then they kind of bring it back to the kid, and they're just like, you can tell that these guys, when they're talking to them, they go like this. They go, I don't know who Q is. I mean, they go, I'm not Q. And then you watch their face, they go, they go.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like an SNL bit.
It's like an SNL bit.
A bad SNL bit.
It's like a bad SNL bit.
It really is.
It's insane.
Like
and they
the
go,
whole thing is like honestly like an SNL.
100%. And they're like, I'm not Q, and I don't really understand politics, and I don't watch politics. And then there's like another cut of them being like, I'm very political, and there's like literally a thing where the guy slips.
Like, I'm not political.
Yeah,
I'm not political.
And the kid, at one point literally slips and goes, "Yeah, when I posted as Q," like he says it in a weird, and then he backs off.
Yeah. But that's a Freudian thing. But that's the thing where he's like, he actually does post as Q. But there's actually them posting.
Yeah, of course. And they're so dry and emotionless because they're such like crazy autistic, like fucking weirdos that they're just like,
when he's just sitting in his kitchen, when he's sitting on his
cross-legged
computer.
Yeah.
I just don't understand any of it. I honestly, like the things that I don't I'm like, if these, like, I really don't understand. Like when he goes in, the craziest thing is like when he goes and makes the smoothie, when he goes into his like health food store.
Yeah.
Like Ron, and he makes that smoothie.
The old man.
He just takes milk and kale. Takes like his milk, and it's like the greatest. And he's just like, Arr. And like he gets his staff to try. Like it is like a thing where I'm like, those staff, like they've never seen that person before. Like, like that business isn't set up as like he's in there making sure like he's doing like the primes and like the P&Ls of that business. Like he's not going into those businesses that he owns. Like that's the first time any of those people probably saw that, like Ron, I think.
I didn't get that vibe, but I definitely get the vibe that just even the idea of like
the pig farm?
Yeah, no, the way those guys think of like, hey, I'm going to move to the Philippines because I can satisfy this, and this, and I don't have to work. And like the way that those guys operate is like they see the world in a different way than I see things. Like there's like literally like they have I think they lack emotion in so many ways because the way that they interact with each other is like
sociopaths.
Yeah, I don't know if it's sociopathic, but I think they're like, I don't know what it is, but they're like, well, now we're going to see who's playing the real game. And like, I'm now going to destroy him. Like, they're like, you destroyed this person's life. They're like, well, no, he can still, like, there's like no emotion. And even the kid, I don't want to call him a kid. He's not a kid. The guy in the wheelchair, the guy that started 8chan, the guy that they stole 8chan from, he gets decimated by this whole thing. And he's just kind of like I would be so bummed. I would be so hurt and just like destroyed. And he's like, well, I guess I'm going to go live with my mom in New Jersey. It's just like they're just like matter of fact about everything. He's like, it's just a new game.
What about his life? What about he had his wife?
He had a wife.
Or the best thing was the first
a Pomeranian.
Oh my God, no! The when he is being like, it was such a one in a million. I lost the person had a fetish about taking people's virginities and having sex with disabled people. Like and I was just like, well, I don't think she had either of those. I think she was just a paid. Like I was just like, he was like, it was so interesting when I came to the Philippines. I found somebody that happened to want to just take people's virginity. Like him thinking that like he's like the person that like falls in love with the stripper at the strip club, like on the first time. And it's just like, he literally, like when he said that, I was like, oh my God, you think like that person cared about you? Or like, you think that person had an option of like doing like that person is like, you're just like that. It's so dark where he's just like, I think, she had a fetish for me. And I was just like,
I don't think.
Maybe. I don't want to kink shame him, or kink shame the sex worker, but I was just like, holy cannoli.
You really talked yourself in the weeds on that one, man. You really
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
What do you mean I talked myself in the weeds?
We'll be getting a text from him and his people in a few days about this part of the segment where he totally shamed a wildly disabled person and their love for their Manila slave. So
No, dude, don't. See, that's what you do. That's how you can't. Oh my God. No, I thought it was cute that he thought that she loved him.
Listen, the thing with the kid, is his name Ron? Jason, do we know yet?
No, you keep saying Ron. Ron is the only name that you know, and I keep saying it's the dad.
No, Fred.
This is the only name I know.
Fred is the guy in the wheelchair. Ron is the kid, and the dad is Jim Watkins. Okay, so
Ron.
Ron.
I'm wrong. Okay.
Ron's got that punching post, and he's like,
where he builds up the scar tissue.
yeah, he goes, yeah, my knuckles are split, and he's just like, and I'm just like looking at this guy, I'm like terrified because I don't think he has fear. I think he's got this mochi hammer.
No,
he's like, we're gonna go find mochi now, and then but then the undercurrent behind all these guys is that everywhere around them, there's constantly porn playing. The guy goes, oops, my other screen.
Yeah, when he's in the car and it's just on the screen.
Yeah, it's on the thing of his car, just like porn. And he goes, have you been to Soapland? You need to go to Soapland. He's like, I think you might enjoy yourself. And then he also makes a thing where he's having a meeting where he's talking about women. He goes, yeah, it's kind of like heroin. Like, give me more of that. Like he's talking about fucking. And he's just like, it's just like the craziest, like depraved and like the porn that like the guy's got another the thing I love also is these guys, the way their rigs are set up for their computers, because I know that they're using computers in a way that I don't fucking understand, and they have like one guy's got a vertical screen and he's FaceTiming Ron with a vertical screen. He's got 4 other monitors, and one monitor is just a pussy. Like for just like how do you work and just look over at a vagina?
When the fucking vagina comes in,
yeah,
he's like, oh.
Yeah.
Like they're always so like it's like he's showing off. He's like, see?
Yeah.
I have a vagina.
He's all, this is how
like,
we work.
Like it's just like these people, it's so insane that they're like, they love like accidentally showing you like, oh, I have a mochi hammer.
Yeah.
That means I have power. Oh, I have a screensaver of just a giant vagina. Oh, sorry.
But those
Click
guys, those guys had the most power. They have the most power. Like they have the most power.
America.
They're
running America.
They almost did it. They were so close. A couple guys with a fucking computer in the Philippines. A couple guys with a computer in the Philippines almost destroyed America. All like within a fucking ass hair. So goddamn close.
No, it's still going, dude. They're coming in strong. That's first wave.
It's so
first
scary.
Wave, my friend. But just think that's the beginning. Like it's just now that bubbled up. Now what? You think that just dissipates? That doesn't go up and go away. That foam comes up and that foam turned into a mutant. And that mutant is spreading. That's not just going away.
The psyops that is our kind of current reality is so fucking crazy.
People are so,
and it's like there's nowhere to go. I was talking to a buddy of mine. I won't say who. I won't say who because I can't implicate him. But he, have you done VR yet?
Me?
Maddie? Yeah.
Once I think I did the thing where, excuse me, that's some curry for lunch. I did this thing where I was doing a VR. I was doing like a 3D cooking thing for Vice once, and the guy showed me he had like a VR set, and because I never did it, and then it was just like a weird thing where I was in a spaceship, and I could like float around and kind of move around in a spaceship. It was pretty cool.
Did you have fun?
I haven't done like the Oculus. I didn't do like the Oculus porn thing, or I haven't done any of that stuff.
Okay, well, I
have children. Okay, I'm a respectful person of the community.
Okay, so because you have children, then there's no way you could be a pervert, is what you're saying.
Exactly. I'm not saying anything
that absolves you of perversion. Well, I'll tell you about. I had an experience in VR once a couple years ago where I put on a headset. I went to a VR chat room, and I was like in this chat room. I didn't know what I was doing. I had the joystick, and I'm talking to people, mostly like younger people, and I'm like, "How do I do this?" And this girl's like, "I'll show you." And she like puts her hands over my hands in the VR chat room, and is like directing my hand to use the joystick. She's like, "This is how you run." She's like, "Follow me," and I'm like, "Okay," and I'm like running, and like,
oh my god,
and her character is like, an anime girl with bat wings, and like, there's like all these people everywhere, and I'm like, "What's going on?" Like, and she's like, "Yeah, I've been in here for 12 hours." I'm like, "What?" Like, and like basically like you can literally do anything. Like it's just like you can like it's still in its primitive form right now, but like you can just go to like worlds. Like you're just like, I'm gonna follow. You can just get lost in there.
Just think of everyone's in the basement. Everyone's in the basement,
right,
man.
And then this guy, my buddy sent me a video. Okay. And I can't tell you who it was, and I can't show you the video because I asked him, and he said no. But I can tell you what's happening. His avatar is a Shiba Inu. You know those like, that really cute like Japanese fox dog. I think that's how you say the name.
Okay.
And in this short clip, he's a Shiba Inu, and he's got a couple other. What is it? Shiba Inu. Him and a couple Shiba Inu friends are in one of these worlds, and he's basically jerking off a gargoyle. And there's a video of him in his living room going like this. Yeah. With the set on, and it shows, and it's like fully fucking rendered 3D Shiba Inu like smiling, jerking off a giant gargoyle. And I'm like, so we've done it. We've like this is as far as humanity needs to go. We're good. Boss. We did this is all the shit that the whole planet's done.
If everybody was at home doing VR, the world would be safe.
Yeah, dude, we're going to have VR. It's going to be like the old opium rooms. You're going to have VR set. You're going to have an IV drip with glucose and some fucking vitamins. And you sit there for 6 days and just fucking jerk off gargoyles and fuck God in the ass. Do everything you wanted to do, right? That's going to be the fucking move.
Cool World. Val Kilmer, great film.
So I think we should get some headsets. I think we should use let's use the budget. Let's get a couple headsets. See what happens.
I'm doing incredibly well. Yeah, let's get some heads. I'd like to do that with you, Alex.
Okay, I'd like to do that. I would like to be the gargoyle in the equation.
Could we set up a Powerful Truth Angels VR world and then do our podcast from that world and have everyone join?
I had this discussion with Jason, and he told me don't bring it up on the show because it's really lame. And I think the reason is that he doesn't want to be put under pressure because he knows that from this conversation on, it'll be
now I want a VR world. VR world.
He wants a VR world. We're going to have to do it.
I want a VR world,
We'll get a couple
Jason.
Headsets. We'll buy them on the budget. We'll set up a world, and we'll figure it out. It should take us about 19 months to get it going.
Lisa, we need VR helmets. What do we need? Oh, look at your little sippy cup. I love when you suck on that little thing.
Okay. We need just two sets. So get one here, get one there, and then we plug in. We have to build out a world. We have to go into a VR chat, and we just strap him on for a show, and then he edits back and forth between that world and our world. But everyone, calm down. Perfect. Calm down.
Let us know in the comments.
It's not going to happen.
Subscribe.
Not going to happen for a long time.
Like and subscribe. We're Powerful Truth Angels. Welcome to the VR world. I want to get jerked off by a gargoyle, or I want to jerk off. What? Anything?
Yeah,
you can do anything.
Anything you want. What do you want to be? You want to be a giant grape that gets fucked by a dragon? Let's go. You want to just be a car?
Oh God, I want to be a grape that gets put inside of a dragon.
Yeah, dude, that's what it's there for.
And I'm just warm inside of a dragon. I'm like, ooh, I'm cozy. That's the safest place to be. Inside of a dragon.
Yeah, in the belly of the beast from the backside.
A warm, like a nice snappy grape.
Yeah. A nice snapperelli grapeavelli. Listen. Also, I want to say I have about 15 more minutes here. I gotta leave it.
You got 15 minutes? I got less than that, so let's go.
Oh, really? I have less than that. I have 9 minutes.
I have less than that.
On my schedule.
I have a meeting.
Hi, Marjorie and Steven, my team. Guys, Marge, Steven.
No, you don't have
me
a
prepped?
team.
Do you have me prepped for my next thing? Because I'm busy. Yeah, no, I'm on my show right now. That doesn't mean much to me because I have to do 6 other things.
Yeah. I opened a restaurant. You want to talk about the restaurant I opened up this weekend? Nah, fuck it.
Yeah.
More success. Okay, let's keep going.
No. Let's talk
what do
about
you
your
gotta
restaurant,
talk about?
Maddie. Let's plug your restaurant, please. Let's talk about it. What is it? Birria?
I don't want to plug
Did you? Why? Because you culture. Tell me why. How's your birria? Huh?
Viva Mexico. Okay. We got a nice ad for Goshi
No.
coming up here.
No. Let's talk about work. I got some projects coming up I want to plug. Let's talk about work.
You guys talk about your everybody knows about my projects.
That's true.
But nobody
Born and raised.
Everyone
Born and
knows
raised.
what I am not secretive about what I'm doing business wise with the
I'll say
public.
that Born and Raised has
everyone
a
knows
drop.
what the fuck
Has a
I'm
drop.
doing.
Do I get to talk today or no? Should I just shut up? I'll shut up.
Yeah, you have talked the majority of this fucking podcast.
That's not true. Let's show a widget of talk time on side by side. We'll see who's talked the most.
Yeah.
Born and Raised has a
We both
Dodgers
sigh
drop
at the same
happening
time, you fuck.
Friday. It's going to be great. And then on May 5th, we have a drop coming that's going to be a special, very special treat. I don't want to divulge the secret of what it is, but it's going to be on May 5th, which is a historic day in Los Angeles and other places. And it's going to be something that's going to accompany that prestigious event. And that's all I'm going to say right now about that.
How did the union drop do?
We crushed. It was great. It was beautiful. Did you like all of my wonderful solipsistic union posting?
I loved it.
It was
Dude,
gorgeous.
You're so,
it was from the heart.
you know, you're. I always forget you're so cool.
What is it? Why am I so cool, Maddie? What makes me so cool? What
Well,
the
you
fuck
know,
makes
just-
me so fucking cool?
Your
was my-
DNA is just who you are. All of your decisions, good or bad, throughout life, have all built you up to this one moment, and you're literally just a perfect person, and nobody else can do what Two-Tone does. There's only one Two-Tone.
You know what's funny is that you.
I just love seeing it. I just love seeing the shine. I do. I'm sitting back and I'm seeing,
you like
my
seeing
buddy-
an actual flourish, like this is actual flourish. But you're seeing the actual, like you've known me for a very long time. You see me work really hard, and you see me grind myself to a nub and then die and come back alive. And you know that I've been working very hard at trying to do something. And this is what flourishing is. Not when you just all of a sudden stumble across, like not when one of your accounts matures and a trust fund that you're supposed to hit when you get to be 36 finally gets dropped in your lap and you blow it like a fucking idiot
Maybe
on
that's
an
why
Audi.
it's his birthday. I think maybe he finally hit the year that he gets like something dropped into the account or something, right?
100%, dude. What do you mean? Where did the money come from? His fucking heavy sets? What? His jewelry shit blew up? Give me a fucking break.
No, I think that's the thing about I don't know, the union.
have ads?
It's just like one of those things where it's just like you see union's been around for so long and it's so iconic, and then just seeing like how involved you are, like it's just one of those things. It's just so nice,
I like to spin.
Anyway.
I like to spin a tale here and there about these drops, but the rest of the stuff, yeah, we didn't get into my weekend and Ella's birthday, and I did a post for.
Oh
Ella.
yeah, we still never even literally see you don't even
derailed
actually want to talk about
No,
your
I
shit.
don't like talking
That's
about
the
myself.
thing.
No.
You give these little hints and then you start talking about movie fucking
I bluffed.
reviews.
I bluffed you out of it so fast. I slipped.
Because I tried to get back in there. I was like, tell us about your weekend. And now we're doing Goshi ads.